Okay, here is a altered piece I made. It's obviously a mannequin, but it started out as one of the resin mannequins that is for hanging jewelry from, and so it was a real challenge to get things to stick on, and you'll see how I accomplished that. I used graphic 45 papers to build it. Let me turn it so you can see. On the front here is a chain hanging from the belt. It has a key and a Christmas ornament on it. The underskirt's got roses. Did the overskirt I outlined in feathers, trimmed with feathers. Her necklace is made from adhesive rhinestones, you know, the swirls and whatnot shapes. And it goes around her back and down the back. The back's got this big, beautiful bow on it, and a piece of metal that I added some antique gold gilder's paste to. I think she turned out absolutely beautiful. And again, all made with graphic 45 12 Days of Christmas paper. Lift her up. She even has petticoats. Tell you, I had a lot of fun putting this together. I hope you enjoy watching me build it. It's the first time I've ever done anything like this, and I am just so thrilled with how it turned out. Okay, I'm obviously having camera issues. Well, I've got some white silk that I'm using to cover the mannequin. I want to paint it. And I know there's going to be seams, but well, it's art. So I'm just using a wet brush with the dry silk. It's so thin it doesn't need to be dunked like paper. And just brushing it on. I've got Elmer's glue all and water at about a 50-50 mixture. You know, I have some texture paste that I maybe will trowel on here to get it smooth. Let's see if that'll work. Okay, now I want to do a piece around the neck. Not this long, and I only need one edge really straight. have never done this before. So I'm just sort of drawing on my own life experience of how things work. I sort of have a plan of what style I want her to be in. And of course it's going to be Edwardian, Victorian. And I'm really, really thinking about a Christmas theme. I have the 12 Days of Christmas paper, and I love Graphic 45 stuff, but I cannot find the inspiration to make a scrapbook out of it. So I thought I would see if I could make a lovely gown for this mannequin I've had forever. Knowing I wanted to do something with it, just hadn't yet. Now I'm just going to glue it on to give a good base for my paper. Even with the layer of glue on there, it just feels a little slick to me. So I'm just going to do this like I was making a paper mache doll, and pretty sure it's going to have to dry for a while. So I'm going to finish this up. You can see what I'm doing. I'm just sort of painting on the silk. You could probably use tissue paper. In fact, I probably would have if I didn't have this silk laying around. Not exactly sure what I was going to do with. So I will get this girl covered, and I'll be back. Okay, here she is. And I got all the silk on, and I used Ranger's texture paste for the bust area, neck, shoulders, and down to, down her back, because I don't know if I'm going to do a low back or not. And I took it halfway down the breast, and I used a soft flat brush, put it on, and then when I was done I dipped the brush in water, wiped off the excess water, and then just carefully brushed it to smooth it out. And I think it came out pretty good. It's not quite dry yet, so I'm going to have to wait a little bit longer. I'm not going to use my heat gun on it because I want it to have a nice, good, solid dry. But I'll be using acrylic paint to do the neck and shoulders and down to her waist with light flesh. It's paint by Folk Art, and probably won't get to it tonight. This is going to have to dry overnight, I'm thinking. And I'll be back when I'm ready to paint, and we'll get started on doing some more. Oh, good morning. She's painted. It's dry. I'm okay with the color. It came out good enough. Now, because I have this shape here to deal with, I'm constrained a bit on how I get to design my gown. So I'm going to start with doing a gathered piece. Probably glue it just below the hips so I have the hips to play with, but if I want to flare it way out or if I want to keep it tight, I have the choice with it still flaring out at the bottom. It'll take forever, so you don't have to watch. I'm going to come back when I'm ready to glue it on. I am going to take tissue paper, and I'm going to fold it so I have many layers together, and then I'm going to punch it. Now I can't save this edge, it just doesn't punch clean, and I suppose if I wanted to spend hours cleaning it up I could, but I'm not going to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch this, and then I'm going to cut off the curlicues here at the loops at the bottom, and then just have this nice straight edge. It's going to look like lace on the bottom of this paper. Fold this. And keep this edge as square as possible. Now I have 8 layers. I'm folding it one more time. Well, I don't want to have to punch this anymore than I have to. Okay. Hopefully this will work the way I want it to. Okay. Let's give it a go. I'm going to start. I can do this. There. See, punch, but it leaves that edge raggedy. Come on, scooch up in there. And one more. Okay, now before I open it, I am going to cut these loops off. I'm going to leave that solid strip of paper there for stability. Maybe I could cut it in half, do it again, but I'm not going to. So we'll open this up. I've got beautiful punched edge. I'll just split this in the middle, and it'll be two lengths. I'm probably going to need a lot of this, so I'm going to punch a bunch of paper and I'll be back. Okay, as I'm stamping along, it occurs to me I only really need the top layer to be punched. And I don't know how long I'm going to need it to be, so I'm going to put the under layers on first. Set this aside for now. This folded in thirds should be plenty long. I'm just going to, how am I going to do this? I want to gather it. I want it to stay gathered. I'll run a piece of tape here to hold this piece on. I'm going to run a wider piece. And maybe just scrunch it. Let's see how this works. Just going to take this and just scrunch it. You see, I'm just gathering it up. I think this is going to work great. Okay, that's going to work great. Okay. Another piece just like that. Now this is packs of tissue paper that I get at my Dollar Tree store. And I use it for wrapping stuff in that I ship after I sell it. So I've got plenty of it on hand. Bit of tape run. Scrunch it up. Pull this sort of square to do what I want it to do. That's okay. Learning something new is a wonderful thing. Come on. Okay. You know, this is so easy. I'm wondering where I'm going to run into trouble. is things being so easy are not generally what happens to me. Just a little longer. They sort of bring up too much of these. Paper has a slick side and a not slick side. And I think I want to keep my tape on the not slick side. Oh, bother. I'll have to reload my tape gun here in a minute. Oh, goodness. This is only one layer, it's a little more, it's easier to do, but I'm afraid the paper's more fragile. But I think it's coming along okay. Just going to put tighten up 4 pages of this stuff. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, I am going to finish doing this, and then I'll be back. Okay, we're all done with pleating the paper, so I'm going to get the petticoats on. And I'm going to start with, of course, the plain one. Father, don't do that. Not a good idea. Come on. Alright. That. So putting it down in the center front. And I'm gonna keep it up off the floor because I want the this to go down over the front and make the lace. Oh. I don't want to see that either.